The governor of Anambra State, Obiano, moves to end indigenous people of Biafra Monday sit-at-home order issues counter, and Governor Willie Obiano has announced plans to end the sit-at-home exercise instituted by the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra (IPOB) every Monday in protest of the detention of their leader Nnamdi Kanu. All activities in most states of the southeast are shut down every Monday by residents, largely due to the fact that anyone who does not comply risks being attacked by members of the proscribed group. However, in a press statement released in the early hours of Saturday, 11th September 2021 by the State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Don and Dinuba, an executive order was given after a series of statement has been released, even by the Anambra State governor, saying the sit-at-home order will be looked inwardly. An executive order was given, yes, and powered security meetings with stakeholders in the state economy. The press statement reads, following the directive yesterday by the secretary to the state government, Professor Solo Chukwu Olebuni, to banks to operate fully on every working day throughout the state. It has become necessary to explain to people of Anambra State that the order also affects other sectors of our people's socio-economic life. All markets as well as motor parks and commercial vehicles are henceforth to operate fully every Monday and any other week day except any day declared work-free by the appropriate authorities. Well, what I see in this is that even if IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, has laid down a day or set down a day for the sit-at-home, I believe it's not compulsory. It shouldn't be a yardstick for everybody, except they are doing it willingly. And banks also, fuel stations, and some organizations, which is the NGOs. Some NGOs are not, supposed to comply with it compulsorily, except if they willingly want to do so. So, in other words, if Governor Obiano is willing, to counter that order, he should do it, in an officially manner. It's not compulsory because nobody is a deterrent to indigenous people of Biafra, and nobody owes indigenous people of Biafra any apology for not obeying the order. It's for the detriment or for the for their personal gain. If indigenous people of Biafra leader Nnamdi Kanu is being detained, is a singular man. He does not hold any office in the government house. So for them declaring Monday as sit-at-home to honor Nnamdi Kanu is to their own detriment and for their own gain, not for the governor's gain or for the non-governmental organizations' gain. Well, before Governor Willie Obiano led a meeting yesterday between heads of security agencies and bank executives in the state, including those from the Awka branch of the Central Bank of Nigeria. He had personally held frank and rewarding discussions with a large spectrum of leaders of the Transport Union and Market Association in Anambra State on why they had, for the past 5 weeks, been shutting down their businesses every Monday. The transporters, for instance, attributed their action to the inability of commuters to come out for regular business owing to fear of attack by unknown gunmen, while traders explained that without banks opening on any day, it was difficult to keep proceeds of the day in a safe place. The bankers, on their part, argued that without market opening and people going about their normal businesses, there was no need to open their doors to the public. It is axiomatic that the good people of Anambra State and indeed the Southeast have, for the past 5 weeks, been grappling with a vicious cycle on a grand scale. Some pupils have missed terminal terminations with all the grave implications for the competitiveness of the young staff and for the future of our state. A number of small-scale restaurateurs have had their entire investments destroyed by these non-state actors for coming out to pursue their legitimate business, through which they feed their families, pay house rent, pay for their education of their children, and take care of friends, relatives, associates, and other dependents. Well, that's why I said it is to anybody's detriment. You sit at home, you come outside. I believe it's just only Monday now. If you had been killed how do you take care of your family? It's not like it's an infinite or indefinite sit at home. It's just for the protection of lives and properties. If you come out and they say unknown gunmen come to accuse you or kill you, how would you feed your family, or how would you make ends meet? But like I said earlier, that it is choice. It's by choice. If some other people say they want to sit at home and you give me fit to come outside, nobody will arrest you, nobody will challenge you. But the fear of the unknown gunmen, the unknown gunmen that has been prescribed as the unknown gunmen, because they have been attributed to indigenous people of Biafra, destroying properties and lives of the people, and also destroying government property, government institution. So the indigenous people of Biafra didn't fit to sit at home to watch, who those unknown government are. So for the past weeks or 5 weeks that they have been sitting at home, we've never heard about destruction of government institution. We've never heard of attacking commuters on the way, because it has been prescribed that it is the indigenous people of Biafra that have been, perpetrating such acts. So for you to know that this thing is well planned, is a planned and orchestrated move, to destroy the plans of indigenous people of Biafra, or to tarnish their image. Well, some have lost their cars and motorcycles, their sole means of livelihood, to these non-state actors. These less lucky ones have lost their limbs and even lives, most gruesomely in other parts of the southeast. Yes, that's what I've been saying. That with this unknown government, so many people have lost their properties. So sitting at home for just one day shouldn't be a yardstick for losing your business, or not meeting with your ends. Well, since no responsible government can stand while the future of its people is destroyed gratuitously, Governor Obiano held useful discussions in the last couple of days with relevant groups, with a view to freeing members to pursue their legitimate businesses. After all, the leadership of the organization, on whose instructions some persons claim to enforce the state at home order, has since rescinded the order. The Anambra State government directive to banks, traders, transporters, other groups, and individuals to resume full economic activity throughout the week with effect from Monday, September 13, 2021, was informed by the yearnings of these stakeholders. Adequate arrangements have been made with all security and intelligence agencies to provide adequate security for the people of Anambra State. Yes, that's what I've been saying. The agitations, the Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi laid down as a sacrificial lamb for the people of the South. South itself is, yielding its interest. So it is now Obiano is coming out to defend its people, to make sure that there is security all over the state when it comes to southeastern part, because most of the governors in the southeastern part of this country, they are not united. They have been acting, like as if, well, nothing concerns me. If you like, they should kill everybody. But it is only Governor Othon, who is, I would say maybe behind the southeast, or the south, or middle of the south, which is the middle belt, that is just coming out, speaking out. And in the other part of the south, Governor Inyeson Wike, has laid the directives and passed to bill the VAT, because so many things have been faulted from this administration. The government wouldn't come to anybody's rescue. So as it is now, let's hope for better southern state.